Guten Tag everyone and welcome back to DML. So we actually found the key in our second chest on level 2, which does mean that we'll be moving on to level 4 after our second reset only, which is pretty good. So we got I here just talking about danger and the Loki dragon, yada yada, but that is level 2 done skis. So a Viking village in the middle of Midgarden, can you believe it? This world still has so many mysteries to uncover, there's still so much we don't know. That is true. Keep an eye out for clues. I want to know what happened between the Vikings and the Northern Divines. Why haven't humans been allowed here for 1,000 years? Oh, and look out for Brant's friends. I have a feeling we'll be meeting a few of them on our way to the tournament. So now we have level 3, which is a really cool mini level. Like, I like the tree and oh my god, it's the special rainbow snake podium. Okay, I like that. I like that bit of the map as well. So I went and collected some currency from, you know, fights and stuff. And oh my god, look at these two new dragons! It's the Northern, which is this orange-haired one, and the Fenrir dragon. They look so cool. It's a shame that the Northern's just a pretty basic rare dragon. The Fenrir is an epic, I believe, but he looks so cool. Like, Fenrir is absolutely amazing. Look at those chains! What the heck? Cool dragon though. If only we could use something as sweet as that on our teams. Instead, we just have all of these crappy legendaries and divines to use. Who needs them? Who needs them? But luckily so far in the event, it's allowed us to use any elements. That is going to start changing on level 4 quite drastically, and I'll show you the DML wiki page after we've done some more of this, but you can use Divine on every fight in this event. So, what's the smell? Loki dragon, where are you taking us? It smells worse than Olaf the Pungent around here. Ugh, sounds disgusting. And hey, don't talk about my stinking brother like that. That smell is hell swamp. I advise you to turn around or things will get even stinkier for you. Not as stinky as you are, Melvin. Come on, trainer. We've got a swamp to explore. So there we go. We got a nice purple chest, which is definitely nothing to snuff your nose at. What do we get? We got a lot of energy. Ooh, we got a little bit of legendary. That's not too bad, actually. I would have loved that chest. So what's wrong, Loki? You're shaking. There must be something really spooky living in this swamp to make a dragon as strong as this one get scared. Stay alert! We can't let that mama's boy Melvin get the drop on us. Well, here's a divine shadow and plant, and this is another pretty huge level. And there's the Hell Dragon right there. Looks like we're gonna have to take her on in a second. Did you know that Hell is actually a girl? And Hell is actually the daughter of Loki. The more you know. The more you know. Not so fast, Arya. You may have gotten through Brant, but my spirit-stealing Hell Dragon and I won't go down as easily. Surrender your victory and your souls. Who are you and Brant working for? Are you still trying to get your mummy Grunhilda to finally respect you? Is she the one pulling the strings? I'm not doing this for mummy. I have a life outside of my mother, okay? Just, don't tell her I said that. Get him, Hell Dragon. I remember this from the main story. How they're all basically like controlled by their overly controlling mother, which is quite depressing and happens far too much. I lost! Ugh, my mum's gonna be so disappointed in me, and I bet Eliza's gonna be even angrier. Eliza? Did you just say Eliza? My OTP? Melvin, you idiot! Ugh, yes, Eliza ordered me, Brant, me, and Olaf to stop you. Please don't tell her I told you. She'll tell my mom and it'll be a whole thing. I feel for him. I really do. When you have such controlling people around you, it can be troublesome. But, you know, we could go to the bottom chest here, but I think because it's on the way, we're better off taking this middle path, because it leads us on to a bunch of different chests. So, like, it is quite cheap going to that bottom one, but if we go to the middle one, we basically made our way to the other chests anyway, so it's probably better for us overall. And so this is the DML Wiki's Trials of Odin Part 1 event page, and I'm not sure if it is completely fully updated quite yet, or if they're still updating things, but for now I'm going to assume that this is correct, because, you know, it's got all of the elements allowed and the battle dragons that we're going to be going against. And so on level 4, you'll see that obviously for the main boss fight you can use any elements, but then on the other fights, like I said, you can use Divine in every single fight in this event. So if you have a Divine Dragon that is your highest level, you are basically set for this event in particular. And apart from that though, Andy's going to struggle with around about half of these fights, because you'll see that light is very common in these fights, but we have a plant and a shadow occasionally, but it's light mainly, quite a bit of wind as well, and that is on level 4. So hopefully our Hermes dragon's gonna pick up the slack. We can hope and pray. And same with level 5. You can't use any elements for the whole of that mini level, but you can use Divine again. And then level 6 is sort of like level 4. Again, you can use Divine in every fight. The light isn't quite as common. It's not like 90% light in these fights, but there is quite a bit of metal, a bit of plant, a bit of shadow, a bit of energy. It's just quite a bit of everything, basically. So, again, I'm going to be trying to power level our Hermes dragon as quickly as possible for this, because he is 5 levels below Andy now, but I think we're quite close to being able to enchant him soon as well. But if you do want to check all of these yourself, just go onto the DML Wiki's event page. Again, it's the Trials of Odin Part 1, and I'm sure they'll keep working on it, but it also gives you the minimum requirements for what's it called, event currency. So the minimum emerald runestones that we need for level 11 max is 59,000, whereas for a lot of other castle events it was like 85,000 complete max that it could be. So this is quite a bit cheaper, but I imagine it'll probably be like the Egyptian Divine event, where they basically make part 1 quite easy and make part 3 very difficult. I guess we will find out when it comes out. But the collecting food section is also really, really good, and the breeding dragon section here is also really good to have a look at, because I said, you know, 6 hours to 8 hour breeds are quite good, because it keeps you on pace with the event timers. Because if you want to fully deplete the actual breeding quest points, you need 400, and the only way to do that is to breed a 12-hour timer plus. So if you don't want to breed for the Dragon of the Week or anything else during the event, then if you have VIP, breeding the 9-hour 36-minute one is probably your best bet. So jungle dragons, yeti dragons, fungus dragons, so you know that's like light and plant, light and metal, stuff like that will work really, really well, fully deplete the pool. But I just feel like it's more useful to just breed for dragons that you don't have, because again, nothing you do will fully deplete these pools unless you have 2 breeding dens. If you have 2 breeding dens, do the 6-hour breeds in both, so war dragons basically, and then you will always get the 400 points that you need. Not that the 400 points are going to be the be-all and end-all in this event, because of it is relatively cheap, but, you know, anything that can help you, go with it. And as I speak, they are updating the image files for the new dragons, so, like, you can look at the Hell Dragon if you want now. Look at this baby. Look at him. He's so cute. I like the tail a lot. I say he. Again, it is a she. It is a she. It is the daughter of Loki. I need to remember that. I always say he for everything, even if it's a woman. Why do I do it? I don't know. But, like, they've got the image files for the Odin, Loki Dragon, and Hell Dragons up so far. I'm sure they'll keep updating it with the others. So, keep checking back, and you'll probably see some cool pics. And, you know, for the people that keep saying, Quacks, what about the badges? What about the Viking soft toys? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know about them. It works the same as the hieroglyphs from the Golden Pyramid event. I am going to be doing a full video on it, as per the last set, because, you know, it makes sense to keep the tradition going. So I have no idea why I always get good RNG on the keys when it's in these castle events, which aren't based off of RNG with how quickly you can move up to the next level and everything, because, you know, you can always earn the same amount of currency no matter what level you're on. So these are the castle events that are good. Like, the Egyptian Divine Event, Castle Event / Super Event, whatever you want to call it, was really good because they finally changed that. They finally fixed the fact that it wasn't so reliant on key RNG. And of course, as soon as we get an event like this, I find the key in the second chest. Whereas, in the other castle event that we had, of course I had to find the key on, like, my last chest on every level. It's typical, isn't it? It's just, like, trying to annoy me as best as possible. And, you know, even though it doesn't give you an outright advantage, I guess, the quicker you move up, the sooner you can at least guarantee yourself the low-key dragon. Because obviously if we're going for Odin, we need to open every single chest. But I guess the sooner that we can get low-key and guarantee that, I guess it's a little bit of pressure relieved in a way. So, maybe it is a good thing, maybe it's not. But in the overall scheme of things, you don't need to worry about your key RNG in this event. So, no need to panic, no need to get your panties in a twist like you should in the other castle events. Which, you know, I'm very glad that they decided to keep it for this event. But I really do hope that they just implement it for all castle events from this point onwards. Because again, I don't think event progress should be so influenced by your random chest RNG, personally. Like, they're annoying enough as it is. Do we really need to deal with that as well? Like, just having to log in every 6 hours is already kind of annoying for most people. But hey, you know, I've said my piece about that in long, waving rants before, so don't really need to address it again. I'm sure everyone already knows my thoughts on it, so for now, we will do these last arena fights because, well, why not? I pretty much haven't done arena fights in a good while. Mostly because, one, I've forgotten about them, and two, because, well, getting to the point requirements to get the dragon packs, which is 22,500, and even the 13,000 point milestone is pretty difficult, unless you use portal gems. And obviously I haven't had VIP, so I haven't really been able to get many of those. So I've just sort of been neglecting the arena. But do remember that if you are trying to get win battle points, you can get those through doing arena fights. So say you don't have many portal gems left to do more regular map fights, you can go and do these, and it will also give you the points that you require. So, you know, it's the little things. It all adds up. And how is our Hermes dragon not dead yet? He just refuses to die. Look at him, he's sleeping, he's on fire. But he's alive! He's alive! Their emperor is not, though. Thank you for giving me such easy dragons to destroy and decimate with Andy. I appreciate it very much. The only main thing that I need to focus on is, again, getting our Hermes dragon to level 100 for these castle events. And then, second main thing is obviously keep doing enchantment fights so that we can enchant the stuff that we need. Because it is much easier to enchant divines now than it is legendaries, because I am just not getting the legendary drops that I need. Which, you know, it's not unexpected. I remember the times where we were desperate for energy for the enchantment breedables, and we just never, ever got the drops that we needed. It's like, as soon as I'm absolutely desperate for one particular material type, it goes off the face of the earth. Again, sort of like keys in old-style castle events. Ha ha ha! Oh, I'm loving it. Ha ha! To be fair, McDonald's can be pretty good. You know what I really like from McDonald's? Just the really cheap, like, 90 pence regular tiny cheeseburgers. Maybe not many people agree with me on that. I don't know what it is. It's just, even at Burger King, just getting the tiny, really cheap, basically kids meal cheeseburgers, that's like my thing. Not sure why, it just is. And I'm saying that because I accidentally said a McDonald's quote. Why? Where is my brain gone? And why did Andy have to get frightened? Because now we have to do this manually. Every single hit. You could have just poisoned it and got it over and done with quicker. God damn it, game. But hey, you know, for now we can't really do too much else in the event. But do also remember that we did get 2 new events since the last video. We got a crowded nursery event if you want to hatch stuff and get like 4 free gems. Why not? But the farming fanatic event in particular is going to be really useful. Even though it only gives us like 1,200 event currency. That's an extra 1,200 event currency. So all you have to do, gather as much food as you can. 5.5 million, that's like nothing to me. So we'll get that extra event currency, which will help us and incentivize us to keep putting in food anyway, which we are. We're doing the 6-hour food just so that we can keep on pace, and it's got high production value as well. So, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. I appreciate farming fanatic events during these special events. So make sure you are participating and paying attention, and, you know, every tile being like 200 plus is sort of annoying, but at least we got a little bit of a head start on level 4 now. But look at how long this winding path is up to this chest. Please don't be the last key in this level. Just throw me into level 6, get it done so that we can look at Loki in his beautiful baby and adult forms. Do it. I dare you again. I've dared it now. It has to. It has to listen to me. So we'll claim that, get all of our presents. And so I think that is going to do us for now. So again, let me know if you have any questions, or, you know, you can always ask in the Discord server, of course. You know, always got to plug that in case anyone wants some, like, real-time interaction with other DML players. It's up to you. You do whatever you want. But thank you very much for joining me. Good luck in the event, and until next time, I will see you then.